Hello and welcome to the 2025 Class B Girls Basketball Bracket Breakdown. This one's brought to you by Bob Johnson. This is for the Section 3 Sectional Championship Tournament. We have Connor Lalone here with the stream team with NBC Watertown. I'm Tyler Clemons, breaking down the bracket here as it was just announced, just a little while ago. And we got the matchups here. Teams are going to be playing tonight. Some teams don't even have 24 hours to prepare for their first matchup in a win-or-go-home scenario. So really intriguing tournament that we have here. This is going to be the Class B breakdown, and let's get right into the bracket here. There's some intriguing matchups here. The first matchup, Mount Markham against the Syracuse Academy of Science. Syracuse Academy of Science at 2-16, the 17 seed. Mount Markham, the Mustangs, coming in at 8-9. They will host, and they play tonight at 6 o'clock. And then Hannibal and Adirondack, they will match up. Hannibal is going to host the 15 seed there, and they will play today. They actually will be tipping off pretty shortly here as they have a 1 p.m. start. Now moving into the next round here, those are the play-in games. Bishop Grimes getting the number 1 seed at 17-3 on the year. They will play that winner, that Mount Markham Syracuse Academy of Science matchup. Clinton and Herkimer, the 8-9 seed matchup at 16-3 for Clinton. That's a really good year to fall all the way down to the 8 seed. We've talked about this in other videos that the strength of schedule matchup, there's a name for it. It's slipping my mind right now. But that new kind of algorithm rubric that teams are using to get a better seed, playing better competition rewards you later on. And that was definitely the case here where Clinton, 16-3, they just must not have had that strong strength of schedule. Moving forward here, we have Oriskany at 17-1. They're the 4 seed. They'll play Jordan Elbridge at 5-12. They're the 13 seed. Our first matchup featuring a Frontier League school. We have Little Falls at 17-2. That's a really good year for a 5 seed. They get to host the Lowville Red Raiders, the 12 seed. They come in at 8-12. So Lowville's a team that we've seen a little bit here. They have some players that can make some noise. Tough draw going against a 17-2 team though.
Yeah, it's really tough matchup. You have an 8-12 season. Not the greatest on paper, but like you mentioned, a lot of talent. Millard girl is really good at getting to the free throw line. Terrific player. You match up against a 17-2 team, you're going to feel kind of hard done by no matter what. But like we said, they're a talented team. They've got some serious players, and tough matchup for them, but we'll be rooting for them. We'll be pulling for them as always.
Yeah, been kind of an odd year for Lowville, right? I mean, they start out the year and their regular gym that they use typically is not accessible due to historic flooding. So now the season just starts off at a shaky start. The comfort zone isn't there, and then to rally to an 8-12 record, to get a 12 seed, you're playing in postseason play. It's been a decent year here for the Red Raiders.
Absolutely, yeah, really impressive. Similar story reminds me of a couple of years ago when Alexandria didn't play a single home game all year because their gym was being completely rebuilt. So almost inspiring to see a team do that well without really being able to practice or play in an actual gymnasium at their own school for a while, for sure.
Yeah, so let's keep moving down the bracket here. Connor, you want to take us to our next Frontier League team? I think that'll be General Brown a little bit later on down the bracket. You want to run through the rest of the bracket here for us?
Yeah, the 2 seed Marcellus, 15-5. They'll take on the winner of that play-in game between Hannibal and Adirondack. That'll happen next week. And then the 7 seed, Cazenovia, 12-8. They're playing hosts to Holland Patton, who come in at 5-14, earning that 10 seed. General Brown and APW would be the next matchup featuring, and actually our last matchup here featuring a Frontier League team. We actually have the chance to talk to Janelle Ferris about General Brown, the season they've had, and how they're feeling going into this game. And Janelle, I mean, how familiar are you guys with APW? I know you've maybe seen some of them, and then just the rest of the bracket as well, how it might shake down. Have you had a chance to play some of these teams, or maybe watch some film, do some sort of homework on any of these guys? Or
Caught some games yesterday when I knew Syracuse schools had a lot of games to catch up on in the last couple of weeks, so there still might have been some fluctuation. But I sat down and watched a couple games. They played some local people. They played Belleville, they played Lyme, they played Carthage. So I spent some time yesterday going through and seeing what we're up against.
Yeah. I mean, after that, assuming, take care of business, right? Phoenix or Skinny Atlas, same thing, just haven't, for us here, we don't get a chance to see them at all, but same
Well,
thing.
we actually
Assuming you
played
just
both
study
of
some film. Did you play
well,
both of them this year
we played
already?
both of them. Yeah, actually, we
Wow.
try to
Okay.
get some non-league games against these Syracuse schools just to see where we match up. So we were able to play both.
Sweet.
Skinny Atlas. I know Phoenix has beat Skinny Atlas twice, I believe. And we split with them. We didn't have our best day when we played Phoenix. So we definitely are looking forward to that rematch.
Yeah, coach. I mean, you've had a very successful year this year. Brooke Wiley's going to get a lot of attention, but this team has more depth than what meets the eye, right? I mean, there's some really good players on this team, that some unsung heroes that have brought you to the success on this year.
I mean, obviously we have Brooke that carries us a lot of times, especially in scoring, and she handles the ball a lot. Leah obviously has been scoring a lot more in the later part of the season as she gets a little bit back on her feet. Maddie Ferris is always one that is tough to take off the court. She averages around 9 a game, but she also averages almost 5 assists, 9 rebounds. So she's one that kind of flies under the radar, I think, a little bit. She does a lot for us. She's one that we need to help break the press. She contributes a lot to getting Brooke or Leah the ball. But then you've got, anyone that steps in can fill roles. Kendall Sanford comes off the bench and she helps in a fast break situation and is active defensively. Molly Peckham hasn't had her usual. She's kind of our second year slump in terms of her shooting, but she's one too that she's hard to replace out there because she just does so much defensively. And so I really think in any given day anyone can step up, and then the others kind of seem overshadowed. It just is. We have a pretty good balance. We even have a couple, obviously, Kaylin Tryon and Olivia Cross coming off the bench that offer some good things for us too.
Thanks, Coach. Really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk with us. It's kind of a big deal for you to spare some time for us as you get ready for this matchup here with APW, and then hopefully a few more after that as well. So appreciate that.
Cool. Thanks, Coach. Moving on, there's really only one game left in this first round here. Phoenix at 13-7. They're the 6th seed. They will play Skinny Atlas at 7-12 on the year. They're the 11th seed, so Phoenix gets to host. So intriguing matchups here. This is one of where I'm going to pick one that's not for a winner of this bracket. It's not the 1 seed. It's not the 2 seed. I think General Brown is going to make some noise. They've had a tough schedule this year, and I understand Bishop Grimes is a little bit further downstate. Sometimes the competition's a little bit better, but I mean, I just think that General Brown's been battle tested this year, and I think they're ready to make a deep postseason run.
Yeah, throughout the last couple of years, they've had really hard-fought battles with Indian River. We've been fortunate to see most of those games. That's a bigger school than them who has had a lot of success the last couple of years. General Brown's been fighting tooth and nail with them the last couple of years. This year they got the better of them 2 out of the 3 times they saw each other. So General Brown, a lot of talent. Coach Ferris talked about it, a lot of depth, players that can come off the bench and score and contribute in other ways, defensively as well. So really good team. A lot of fun to watch. One of the best ball-moving teams in the area, boys or girls. I mean, they just make that extra pass better than just about anybody. They're a ton of fun to watch, really talented. I could see them making a really deep run in the section and then maybe even further than that as well. They're that good.
Yeah, I'm just not sold on Marcellus being a front runner in that game. I even if it's a 2-3 seed, Marcellus being the 2, they've had a fantastic year. But even with General Brown being the 3 seed, I kind of still think they're the favorite in that matchup if that potentially comes to fruition. Anything we want to add here in this Class B bracket?
No, other than a couple of Frontier League teams with a chance to make some noise. Loudville's going to have their hands full probably with Little Falls, but, I feel like a broken record. I've said it dozens of times, but really anything can happen when you get to the sectionals. You have somebody have a great day and somebody on the other team not. You could beat just about anybody at this point. Obviously, you don't get here on accident. So Lowville, General Brown, a lot of fun to look out for. General Brown's a really good team. I'm with you. I'm in the same boat. They could make a deep, deep run into this thing.
Yeah, and good luck and well wishes to all of our Frontier League teams that are in this postseason tournaments here for the Section 3 championship. This is going to be our wrap-up here for the Class B girls Section 3 bracket. This has been the Bob Johnson Auto Group bracket breakdown here on NBC Watertown. Connor Lalone, Tyler Clemons. Go out and support these girls. Go out and check out these games. There are going to be some good matchups here across all the boys and the girls matchups. So go out, catch a few games, support these boys and girls who have played so hard all year long. Until then, we'll be here with NBC Watertown.